Alright, so like it. Shalom. First and foremost, we'll say Kalayim La Yahba Shem Yashai B'Shem Ha Kakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, do rule and teach well. Just want to go over a couple topics. A couple topics. One topic. Daniel 7 and 2025. Or maybe I'll start in 24. Maybe I'll start 23. Yeah, 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, shall tread it down and break it in pieces. Right? He's talking about, America, right? Because Jerome didn't conquer the whole world. If I'm correct, it was the fucking triumvirate. Which was this guy's name? Caesar, Crassus, Pompey. Might have been Crassus. Because he was like the money guy of the three. That's what they say. So he was like one of the richest men in Rome, in that time. All Edomites, by the way. This was when Rome was starting to get subdued by Edomites. Subverted and taken over and whatever. But Rome was originally, like Japheth, in that region, stuff like that. But yeah, Crassus attempted to take over Persia. If I'm correct, you can look it up for yourself. But basically, what happened is they show it in movies, but it's also like true. And they say that they like boiled his head in gold or something like that. They took like molten gold and like shoved that shit like down his throat. If I'm correct, and it's like, oh, here you want this treasure so much. This is what you came for, right? And let's fucking shove this shit down your throat. And like you know, kind of like this is what you wanted, right? That type of thing. To verse 23, right? And it's diverse from all kingdoms, right? Because you go up ahead, these kingdoms had a king, maybe they had like satraps in Persia, Greece. You had Alexander was the king and whatever. You had kings, you had rulers, and things like that, right? And even under Alexander, Diadachi, and there are different wars, like Ptolemy legit called himself, Pharaoh, like the king, So you had kings, but Rome, you had you didn't have like an emperor at first. You had like two consuls, but when Julius Caesar, and then you start to have an emperor, and then you just have like a consul, or maybe two consuls. I think you had a consul for patricians and for the plebeians or whatever. And then you'd have senators and things like that. It was a completely different style like we have today. You have different the House of Representatives, House of what was it, Congress, things like that. Senators and representatives. You have mayors. You have all these different like rulers and different things like that. And then you have a president. You have a president. Comes around every 4 years or so. In 10 hours of his kingdom, or 10 kings shall rise. So shall rise at them. You should read the verse from the first. And you shall subdue 3 kings. All right, and those 10 horns, NATO and the EU, these different nations that are giving that power unto the beast, like you read about in Revelation, and like one mind, right? So certain countries out there, that are a lot of part of this beast system, man. NATO, EU countries, hey, they already got the MOTB. They already pushing it out. I believe like Switzerland or something. I can't remember which one. They were big. Brothers kept mentioning it during the Windows 19 thing, and not sure at them. He should be diverse from the first, right? And that's talking about America. He should subdue 3 kings, right? That's the British, the French, and the Spanish. But really, in chronological order, will be like was it the French Indian War happened earlier, and then like the American Revolution, if I'm correct. Yeah, the American Revolution. And after that was what was it? The Spanish American War. Spain sank the Maine. Um, you know, all that stuff. Which that was. There's some history on that. I got to go back into that again. But that whole thing was psyop. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, right? And shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and then change times and laws, and shall be given into his hand to a time and times, dividing at times. At that time now. All right, it's America, Jeremiah 50 and 33. All right, let's go get that. In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. All right, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, Yahweh, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together. All that took them captives, held them fast, refused to let them go. All right, where is a place where the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together? Right here in America, you got the northern kingdom, and then you got the southern kingdom. Both were pressed together here. All the tribes, man, taken down, brutally. Stuff they done in islands, Hispaniola, Gad, Reuben, everywhere, bro. Like, you name it, Cuba, like everywhere. All right, they stole this land, right? And they had in their doctrines, that South America, was America foreign policy, that South America would be under the thumb, of America. And that's why, some of these nations were fighting it. Like, you had like the Cuban Revolution and different things like that. And these different revolutionary groups, I don't want to rant too long about this, but some of them started to go, and try to follow communism and try to be under Russia. You just choosing between two devils, bro. Them same, you try to be following Russia or whatever. These are communists. These are also Edomites. You got Edomites. You got Edomites. You know what I mean? That's Job 9:24. That's all they had. Right? So they refused to let them go. Right? And that's here in America. Right? Right? Let's get one more. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31. No. It's not there. Land of the north. See. Yeah, it's 16. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 15, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, because that happened, right? But the Lord liveth, right, Passover, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and will bring them again unto the land I gave unto their fathers, right? From the land of the north. What is the land of the north? Talking about America, right? You go to the word north, it goes, it's like a gloomy, unknown, hidden, dark, right? Gloomy and unknown, right? Northward, right? Let's talk about North America, man. A land that's gloomy. This land is fucking gloomy. For a time, it was actually, unknown. It was a land never mankind dwelt, but the Lord, in that 2nd Esdras 13, right, when that whole fall of Assyria, was it the fall of Nineveh, or was it 612? I think it's 612. Yeah, I think it's 612. I think it was the fall of Nineveh. Yeah, the fall of Assyria or whatever. Moving on to the Babylonian rulers. And pretty much, when that happened, they escaped, man. They used that time, to dip out, and they had their route and whatever. I know brothers go into it. They say that they took like the route like east of Africa and then looped over and then came over to where we are now. And they were able to slip out, and come over to our land, right? Well, I say come over to our land. Come over to settling across America, right? Arsharif, land another, right? Which honestly, it is our land. To be honest, when we it's just only USA. This part right here where we're at, Babylon or whatever. This place is gonna be destroyed. Yeah, you still got Canada, you got South America. You know, it's still for the taking. So we're gonna have that land. We're gonna, you know, maybe some brothers might be over there, man. You know what I mean? Put you people to work, man. Damn heathen. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so we can go back to Daniel 7. Yeah. So this is all proof that the children of Israel will be taken to America, right? But judgment, Daniel 7:26. But judgment shall sit, and they shall destroy it, take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end, right? And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting dominion. Oh wow, I need to say that again. Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Okay, so yes, all right. The kingdom is going to give into the saints. The kingdom starts with us right now, coming together, pushing this truth, fellowshipping, being brotherly, the northern and the southern kingdom. Judah shall not vex Ephraim, and Ephraim shall not envy Judah. All that bullshit, they try to divide the northern and the southern kingdom in the world. That stuff is gone in the truth, man. You know what I mean? And, even the spirit, certain things, when you were younger, northern and southern kingdom, we always gravitate towards each other, man. But, what was it, Jake, what was it, they like a law unto themselves, pretty much. I was mentioning scripture, so I'm gonna let that be that. A little way of fast, Shalom. Come on.